The Rainbow family of living light is a cult. The Rainbow Gathering, though not the cult that runs it, is a government op that was started with the Vortex Gathering in 1971 in Oregon. The intention of the government was to establish a diversion to prevent certain types of people having access to resource and power, to prevent the rising of consciousness that would jeopardize the many lies and obfuscations that the US government, and others, shovel out each day through all forms of media which they control. The so-called elders of the Rainbow have arbitrated and controlled the movement, if any, of the Rainbow attendees for over 43 years. This information is revealed in several sources. It is not necessary to outline these facts to present this message. If anyone needs proof, they can do their own research. Many times over the course of the years, efforts have come forth to change the modus operandi of the gatherings, but all were met with resistance and negative aggression from the real controllers of the gatherings. The people wanted change, healing, truth, and a foundation to establish those things and others. The Rainbow family of living light, as stated, is a cult. The members literally lived off of the energy and resources of the people through various rainbow scams and cons, including the black market sales and distribution of contraband, which set the elite up as hippie land barons. Those hippie landlords used the poorer, less endowed hippies as workers, and in some cases, slaves, to produce, transport, and sell several forms of contraband to pay for their land and possessions. They established a rainbow lifestyle that allowed them to ride atop a pedestal of specialness and enabled them to steal power from the people throughout the several decades of the history of the Rainbow gatherings. Many of us have vocalized our concerns about the hypocrisy and usurpation of the gatherings by this exclusive group of rainbow elites, and the need to progress the gathering towards realistic goals of true spirituality and higher consciousness, which any student of truth understands as the only solution to the many problems facing the planet and humanity. Over and over we have tried to assist and reveal the proper course toward these goals, and all we have got in for our troubles is immature mockeries, derisions, and denials from the false leaders of the Rainbow. Over the past year, many things have been revealed about the complicity of the family with the government.
Vortex created a sort of clothing-optional alternate reality, underwritten and promoted by the Republican governor. All this was, in fact, an unabashed ploy to lure young people away from the city.
Over the last 4 decades, other, even darker truths have been revealed to many of us in our walk of seeking truth and higher consciousness. This year's gathering was chosen by those same elitists in the cult of the Rainbow, to be in a region of Oregon which is quite possibly the worst choice ever made. The area decided upon is arid, hot, and the available water source is questionable. The politics of this region are possibly the most right-wing, conservative, and anti-progressive in the state. Yet the cult leaders decided without allowing any form of realistic dissent, that this was the place to gather. Despite all of the wonderful places in Oregon that we could have gathered, many of us cannot accept this, and recognize the need to move away from the corrupted traditions of the Rainbow cult. To that end we suggest, and will facilitate an alternative. It is almost too late to scout another site, but we will find one. On the solstice, we will gather with like-minded people of conscious intent to begin in earnest the work that should have been ongoing in the gatherings since the beginning, that was hijacked by covert government agencies and perpetuated by their patsies that they set up and enabled as the leaders of the Rainbow. A gathering is a natural human phenomenon of social intercourse. Though the government has gone all out to destroy our various constitutional rights, such as the right to gather on public lands. That right still exists for now. People gather everywhere across the planet on a regular basis for many events and circumstances. Thus the idea that the rainbow gathering is somehow exclusive is sheer poppycock. The rainbow gatherings are lost to us. They now belong to low-level consciousness. The demonic mind that passes itself off as some kind of magical spirituality is nothing more than a trap for weaker consciousness. Thus it is imperative that those who seek truth, understanding, and resolve action instead of perpetual stasis and lack of growth in the spiritual human community, to recognize the situation and move on. From now on we will be gathering locally. We disavow the tradition of the nationals as well as other traditions that have stifled our power and growth as rainbow warriors. We collectively dust off our shoes from the shenanigans of the rainbow regime, and will start afresh. The new gatherings should not be promoted on social media, but through the original medium of word of mouth. They will be small, and there will be many instead of few. There will be no leaders, and any elders that participate will not be empowered simply by their claims to fame, popularity, or time on the land. We will leave the mutual stroke society for a new, even playing field in which the merit of truth is its own authority. Goodbye, Rainbow.